Hello, I'm Bersa Betakhle and you're watching ERi-TV. Welcome to English News Broadcast. Let us start with today's major headlines. One patient diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and test is carried out today. The Ministry of Agriculture, in cooperation with the Ministry of Marine Resources, encourages farmers to use natural fertilizers and pesticides. China has successfully sent a new remote sensing satellite into space. And paleontologists in Peru have unearthed the skull of a ferocious marine predator. On the local news, we have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. One patient has been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and test is carried out today at testing station in Aditakaleza and Sabah region. Accordingly, the total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 9,723. The total number of recovered patients stands at 9,618, while the number of deaths stands at 103. Ministry of Health, Asmara, March 18, 2022. The Ministry of Agriculture, in cooperation with the Ministry of Marine Resources, is earnestly working to encourage farmers to use natural fertilizers and pesticides free of chemicals. As part of the effort, the Ministry of Agriculture organized theoretical and practical training to farmers in Fortosawa subzone on preparation and application of natural fertilizers and pesticides. One of the beneficiaries of the training, Mr. Iba Haddish, farmer from Homib administrative area, said that the training he received is significantly contributing in boosting his agricultural production and called for organizing similar training programs to farmers, indicating that the program to encourage farmers use natural fertilizers and pesticides has significant contribution in boosting agricultural production as well as availability of fertilizers and pesticides. The Ministry of Agriculture said that similar training programs will be organized in various parts of the country. Election of area administrators and managing directors as well as village coordinators was conducted in Af'abat, Northern Bersi region, and Haikota subzone, Gashbarka region. At the election conducted from 1 to 14 March in the 14 administrative areas of Af'abat subzone, 14 area administrators, including 5 females, 14 manager directors, as well as 213 village coordinators, including 68 female, have been elected. Similarly, at the election in the 12 administrative areas of Haikota subzone, 12 area administrators, 12 managing directors, as well as 135 village coordinators were elected, indicating that at the election process, encouraging participation of women has been witnessed. Mr. Ahmed Mohammed Nurajib, administrator of Af'abat subzone, and Mr. Shekhaddin Saleh, administrator of Haikota subzone, said that the awareness-raising campaigns conducted prior to the elections had significant contribution in the successful implementation of the election process. The administrators also called on the newly elected area administrators, managing directors, and village coordinators to serve the people that elected them diligently and with commitment, and the public to provide the necessary support to their activities. The newly elected area administrators, managing directors, and village coordinators on their part expressed readiness to live up to the expectations of the people that elected them. Students in Ad-Ayeh subzone, southern region, that scored higher marks in their 8th grade national examination have been provided in the Maso Award. According to Mr. Ibrahim Baroli, head of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the subzone, the awardees included 64 students from various schools in the subzones. At the ceremony held on 15 March, Mr. Girmay Gabru, head of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the southern region, indicating that the development of overall capacity of the youth is one of the major missions of the union, said that strong effort has been exerted in cooperation with the Ministry of Education and partners to encourage outstanding students as well as to develop competitiveness of the students. Congratulating the awardees for their outstanding performance in their education, Mr. Habtai Tesfazgi, administrator of the subzone, called on parents and the public as well as school communities to strengthen participation in the development of teaching learning process. At the occasion, 100 youth trained in computer technology and beauty salon for 3 months have been graduated. Dear viewers, that was domestic news. Coming up will be international news after the short break. Welcome back. China has successfully sent into space a new remote sensing satellite, Yuergan-3402, from the Jiaokan Satellite Launch Center in northwest China at 15:09 local time yesterday. The satellite was carried by a Long March 4C rocket and successfully entered into planned orbit. The satellite will be used to provide information services such as land census, urban planning, crop yield estimation, and disaster prevention and reduction. It was the 411th flight mission of the Long March carrier rocket series. Paleontologists have unearthed the skull of a ferocious marine predator, an ancient ancestor of modern-day whales, which once lived in a prehistoric ocean that covered part of what is now Peru. Scientists announced this yesterday. According to Rodolfo Salas, chief of paleontology at Peru's National University of San Marcos, the roughly 36 million years old, well-preserved skull was dug up intact last year from the bone-dry rocks of Peru's southern Ocujaje Desert, with rows of long, pointy teeth. Scientists think the ancient mammal was a Basilosaurus, also known as king lizard, whose contemporary descendants include whales, dolphin, and porpoises. The one-time top predator likely measured some 12 meters long, or about the height of a 4-story building. Salas explained that when the ancient Basilosaurus died, its skull likely sunk to the bottom of the seafloor, where it was quickly buried and preserved. Dear viewers, you're still watching ERi-TV, and now recap of today's major headlines. One patient diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests is carried out today. The Ministry of Agriculture, in cooperation with the Ministry of Marine Resources, encourages farmers to use natural fertilizers and pesticides. China has successfully sent a new remote sensing satellite into space. And paleontologists in Peru have unearthed the skull of a ferocious marine predator. That was it for today. Thanks for watching.